Good morning and welcome to John Beck. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Tuesday yesterday. Today is Wednesday, November 16th, 2022, and it is a day B. Also for our instrumentals, it is a day 6. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Go ahead and take a seat. I'm so happy that you're here. You know it. Yes, maybe it was a little icy yesterday evening, but you are here, and I love that you're here anyways. Let's go over our four choices on the menu today. 1 second here. Pull it up. All right, so your first choice, your warm lunch, is the popcorn chicken with a dinner roll. Choice 2 is a yogurt parfait with a snack bag. Choice 3 is a lunchbox meal for our kindergarten through second grade students. That's with ham. And then for our third through sixth grade students, it's the ham sandwich meal. And last but not least, for our fourth choice, it's the sun butter sandwich. So go ahead and make sure you choose correctly. Now, we have 3 expectations here at the school. You know what they are. Number 1, be respectful to yourself as well as to others. Number 2, show that you're responsible. And when I talk about responsible, yesterday I had to talk to a couple kids. Responsibility sometimes also means control. Okay? Control starts with a C. Responsibility starts with an R. Responsibility equals control. What do I mean by that? If you look at your hands, the hands can be used in hurtful ways. You can punch somebody, you can hit somebody, slap somebody, right? You can make unkind gestures. Our hands can also be used in helpful ways. You could give someone a handshake, give a high five, fist bump. You can help pick up things that are dropped. You could go run errands and pick up something for somebody else. Our hands can either be used in hurtful or helpful ways. Being responsible with our hands means we have to control them. Right? So, if you don't know, there are times, guys, Mr. Lynn's just like this. I get so excited, I can't control my body. I think you know what I'm talking about. And one of the things I want to do, even when I can't control my body, is I want to make sure I still keep my friends, right? So, if I'm so out of control and I slap somebody, they're not going to be my friend, right? So, what can you do to control your hands, right? So, yesterday, a couple kids and I thought about, we've got some of you guys have dogs. Some of you guys have seen dogs outside. We have leashes for the dogs so that if they go out of control, we know how to control our dogs, right? Certainly in a public setting, we don't want the dog running away or, hopefully never ever to bite somebody. So the leash, that rope, is a way of controlling the dog or providing some sort of control at least. Well, how can you control our hands? Well, you can take one hand as a leash and hold the other, right? In front of you or the behind you, right? You walk around like you're strolling in the park. Or you could put them in your pockets. I'm doing that right now, right? Here, I'll show you. Okay? Walk around with your hands in your pockets. Nice and warm. Also under control. These are ways you can practice having and showing that responsibility, okay? And the last R is being ready to learn, being ready to take on hard things, even if they're not easy. If you work at it, you will be able to celebrate and really celebrate because you've earned that victory. All right, moving on. We have no special announcements today, but this day in history, we pick off from where we left off yesterday, right? And we talked about the League of Nations. We talked about the United Nations after World War II. Basically, we didn't want all these countries to just go to war with each other over any disagreement that can be solved through talking or through, other means other than violence. Well, the League of Nations after World War I didn't really help, right? It tried. It got the countries together. Maybe it did solve some things, but unfortunately, as many of us know, World War II still happened. And after World War II happened, the world decided, let's still give this a shot. Instead of the League of Nations, they created the United Nations. The United Nations wanted to bring countries together to help solve problems before it went to war. But they also wanted to get countries to become better friends with each other. And what better way than to share music and art and exchange ideas for science and inventions? So the United Nations created a section, like a little branch of themselves, on this day, November 16th, back in 1945, that basically created an opportunity for Americans to share their cool art, their cool music with other countries. Because when you exchange art and things that we find beautiful, food even, science and inventions, you really get to know the other people a little bit better. And the more you get to know people, as you all know, the less likely you're going to want to go to war with them. So what a great idea. And to this day, it still exists, right? There's lots of great things here in America that we get to share. Movies, rock and roll, hip hop, and a lot of great American arts get to be shared out to other countries. And their art gets to be shared with us. And it's a great way to not only keep the peace, but to celebrate how different we all are. And the more we celebrate each other, the less we go to war. All right, in case you haven't heard from somebody with this message, I want you to hear from me. I love you. Many of you guys are giving me this hand signal. I care about you, and I'm here to encourage you. Guys, please go out there, share that message. Don't just show the love. Don't just show the symbol, the sign for care or encouragement, but actually do it. Find your teacher, find your friends, find your strangers that are kind to you, and think about ways to show the love. What could it look like? Find ways to show the care. Find ways to show the encouragement. It's up to you guys. All right, can't wait to see you guys around. Have an amazing Wednesday.